All right, welcome to Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News this week. We've kind of got a full house here tonight. Got Rick Poust. Did I say that right? Yeah. Normally I don't say something right for sure. Got to thank our
Wyatt.
Trace is here. He's in the house. He'll be on in a minute. We got him in the corner. Got to thank our marketing partners. We got GAC, Great American Company. Black Acid Apparel. If you need some new shirts, whether you want one or 100, I think I've ordered about 50. They're on the way. We got most of them. We got to thank those guys for all the artwork and shirts. Bonder Brothers Distillery. If you like a little good drink afterwards,
And I had a talk with Richard Bonder the other night. He called me at home and we had a talk. And he's opened a restaurant in Chase City now, right down the street from the distillery.
You said he's got good barbecue.
And he's going to have barbecue and he's going to have everything there. And we're invited up to, he wants us to come up and do a show from his new restaurant. So we're going to go up and do a show. You just need to find out when you can go.
Well, you say I ain't got that?
I can go anytime.
We're doing a show.
I can go anytime. I'm just saying.
Factory Canopies, gonna thank those guys enough. If you need like a canopy to cover the car, 10 by 20 and have all your sponsors and stuff on it, those are the people. Or you want some really nice chairs for your team out by the race car, sure on that. MPM Marketing, if you need some help with social media, things to do and not to do, she will hook you up. And 811, call before you dig. We got NC 811, VA 811. Can't thank both of those companies enough. It's pretty crazy when we got North Carolina and Virginia 811.
Hey,
on the thing there. Safety Clean, Performance Plus Motor Oil, and last but not least, Langley Speedway for allowing us to do the show here. Maybe we'll just leave that up. It'll cover Jack's face up.
It's also going to cover yours and Rick's.
Well, neither one of us real pretty, so it ain't going to matter.
Hey,
what's up, Dwight?
And Eddie Clark. All right, let's
get
some news real quick before we talk to Rick here. In the Cup race this past weekend on the Daytona Road Course, Christopher Bell got the win, and I was shocked. I mean, I knew he was going to win eventually.
Well, yeah.
I would have thought he'd have had a chance last year to win. That didn't ever materialize. But a first-time winner, that's two first-time winners in the first two races of the year. Never done before. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if anybody's done what Ty Gibbs did. I don't know anybody that their very first race they won.
Well, there was four others.
Was there?
There was four others.
Who was the other four?
One of them was Tony Stewart.
Yeah. He won his first Xfinity race or Busch race?
One of them was Tony Stewart, and I can't remember who the rest of them were.
No, I know Dale Earnhardt was put on one of them stats, but I don't remember if that was just second or first start ever. There's two different stats. There's the road course stats, and then there was the first start.
But anyway, that was just, that was the way it was.
Yeah, no, I did not know that.
Yeah. And Ty Gibbs won the Xfinity. I mean, that was a pretty good race there towards the end of that race.
It was, and you got to give it to him. I mean, I know a lot of people locally give him a hard time because, I mean, everybody that's raced with him, we know that he's been a little rough and he doesn't have to fix his stuff. But still, I don't care if you got really good equipment or not, to go out in your first road course. I mean, he's done some road course racing in the Cannon cars, but still to go out in your first Xfinity race and outrun those guys is a pretty big deal. I mean, obviously he had a fast car and he's got some really good equipment. I'm sure when your granddaddy's name's the top of the,
Be one of the best in the business on a road course too.
So that's another first-time winner there, and so two Joe Gibbs cars get their first wins.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would have ever expected Christopher Bell would have got a win before Kyle Busch or Truex or any of them this year, but that worked out.
I know somebody had said, would you have ever thought that you'd have, the two guys, I keep wanting to say Eric Amarola, but who won the 500?
Michael McDowell.
Yeah, McDowell and Eric Jones or Christopher Bell to be in the chase already.
Yeah.
Yep, safe and secure. And I mean, their whole season has changed now. They don't have to sit and worry about a lot of stuff that everybody else is going to have to.
So it's the second time there was a 2 first-time winners back in 1950. Wow.
Well, who was that, Scott? You were about to live in
I was getting ready to ask you. You was probably prime age of 20 back then.
No. Don't even go there. That's not even funny.
Were you even born then? You were born then, weren't you?
No, I was not born then. Thank you very much.
It was pretty damn close.
No, it was not close. It was not that close. Thank you very much. Can I finish my news now?
What year? 52?
Down at Lakeview on the dirt track, Ross Bales beat.
52. Must be 52.
Anybody out there need somebody to come?
Anybody else need a host?
Geez. Ross Bales won at Lakeview Speedway over Matthew Nance of the 811 car, the Ronda Rocket, as he's formerly known as.
Oh, really?
Got him on a last lap on a crash happened. Citrus County Speedway, they had a super late model race, and Jared Irvin won. In some other news that's going on right now, how about Chip Ganassi getting suspended for one race?
Are you going to mention that?
And fined $30,000
30 G's to bring
somebody in the gate and then wasn't supposed to be in the gate.
Yeah. I guess they're taking the whole COVID thing pretty serious, huh?
But you know what? I'm glad NASCAR did that.
Set a standard.
Yeah, at least the guy that's got a lot of money didn't get by with it. And of course, I'm gonna say this out loud too. It pretty much screwed us.
Well, we do know somebody made a big deal because they were mad, and it was a wife of a driver. I'm not gonna say who it was. That was upset because somebody else was down there in the pits, and the families are not allowed to. They're not even allowed at the racetrack.
Well, they're allowed at the racetrack if they can go in if they have a booth for them.
Right.
But they don't. Some of the tracks don't even give them booths. I mean, that's the way it is. I think Kyle Busch's wife was in one of the booths.
Yeah, but most of them are not traveling in the motorhome with the. Hey, well, somebody's out there on the track or something.
It was announced this week that Daniel Silvestri is going to be running the full cars tour for Sellers Racing. And here at Langley Speedway, you got some news that we didn't know about. And
it was a surprise to us.
Jimmy Walker is coming back as the race director here at Langley Speedway, replacing Shane Law.
Shane wanted to take some time for his family,
so
which I don't blame him. We all know this is a tough schedule. I mean, when we were his age, nothing mattered. we had time for everything, When you got a wife and kids. I know, but my wife's not real crazy about the racetrack.
All right, then on September the 11th this year, the Moonshine and Racers Reunion up at Mount Airy, North Carolina is going to be going on as scheduled. So,
oh, really?
We're going to. I'm going to try to make it. I know you probably won't be able to make it up there for that, but I'm going to try to make it up. But Fast Eddie and all them want us to come up and hang out with them if you could come, but. You just look at me like I'm crazy when I say you're going to come up there with me. Anyway. So, I want to go up and do that, and that'd be fun. All right, we got Rick Poust with us.
That's me.
Truck driver, for the super truck driver here at Langley Speedway.
Yep.
Had a tough year this past year.
Yeah.
Defending your championship.
Yep. That's all right. Louis did a hell of a job this year. He deserved that championship.
He had a really good.
I gave him everything I could give him, and I couldn't catch him, so he did well. But yeah, I think I hit.
He won't be here next year though, or this year.
Yeah, we're both going to be out to sea this year. So, But I think I hit everything this year except for the pace truck, and that's even debatable at times.
So you were not illegal or anything. You were legal and everything was good.
I hate you. Yes, everything is legal. You have to stir the pot.
I had to get it out there somewhere.
You might want to be careful. My wife might be watching. She knows how to find you.
I know how to get out of her way too. So that's
we had a good time. I think we finished top 5 all but once. We would have finished 5th in points after missing the first race of the season. I spent a lot of time trying to help Kevin Rickman, one of the up-and-coming drivers, get his truck ready. I put my truck on the back burner And we missed the first race, ran out of time, but after that we came out, we had some fun. First race, I took a note from the Little Rascals, put it in spin mode, spun out twice. First time not on my own, but the second time I was over driving, trying to catch the leader, and I spun out, but we still ended up coming from like 15th.
It's all that power you had.
Oh my God.
You
I
don't
should
live
not
this
have
down.
told you.
You're probably right.
I'm just telling you had a lot of power in the car. That's the reason why you were over driving like you were.
Yeah. He
Okay.
was the driver that had the power.
Hmm.
Well, we had a good season. It was fun. My dad wasn't able to make it up, which was disappointing, but we had a new crew chief come on board. We had some fun doing it. Some growing pains at first, but by the end of the season, we were right back on track, running fast. Got our only win of the season in the last race. But Louis ended up on my hood, took out the radiator, a couple other motor parts, and that was the end of the night for us after that. You got something else to say?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with that.
But we had a good time. So, I mean, that's all racing is for us. It's all fun. It's a therapy for me. But in all aspects of it, it's just something for the family to do throughout the week, because I'm the one that works in the garage and I do most of the work to the truck myself and everything. So
with going, and you've already said that you're going to be deployed this year.
Yes.
And you're going to not be able to race as much as you did in the past.
no.
So I mean that's got to be a tough pill to swallow too. That you're not going to be able to race. I know it has to be for the kid, the young boy, the young son of yours. I know.
Yeah, he's not happy about it at all. He's mad if I miss a race. I hear about it all day long. Dad, you should be at the racetrack. Dad, you should be at the racetrack. Why aren't we at the racetrack, Dad? But no, unless he has a baseball game, and then he's like, "You can miss practice, Dad. It's cool." Okay, whatever. But yeah, we deploy in December, but starting in June here, it's going to be kind of in and out. So I'll make the races when I can, but we're just showing up for fun. So.
Well, sometimes that's the best way, you know.
Mhm. Yep, it's all about fun for us anyhow. If we win or lose, as long as we can put it on the trailer at the end of the night, it was a fun night. So
Right.
that's all we're looking for, is just go out, have a good time, keep the truck in one piece, and then come back strong in 2023, because 2022 I'll be out to sea. So it'll be a good time.
Well, we appreciate your service for what you do. I know that you have to give up a lot to do what you do, and we appreciate the fact that you do that to make us all safe and secure here. But I know it's hard to be gone away like that.
Yeah, this is going to be my first deployment for the little girl, so it's going to be hard for her. And it's not really what I have to give up with my family. So they're the ones that sacrifice the most. I get to take a bunch of my friends to go out to sea for 6 to 10 months at a time, and they're stuck at home dealing with everything that we normally would do. So everything that I have to do at home now, my wife has to do, and she's the one that makes the biggest sacrifice, and I couldn't be more thankful for everything she does at home. She's a great person, and she's a great motivator. You know, when I'm ready to throw in the wrench with this racing thing, she's there to put her foot in my butt, get me moving.
So is she going to be coming out to watch the races while you're gone and keep you up to date on what's going on?
I can imagine so, because I mean, we got a lot of friends out here still that race and stuff, so I'm sure she'll come out and support them, and do what she can to keep my son occupied.
So
that's a handful itself, right?
Yeah, little 7-year-old brat running around the house.
So you race the trucks. Are there any thoughts of someday trying to go to something else?
Well, that's in the works. Nothing is.
I ain't gonna say
It's
nothing.
very, very.
Well, you ain't kept your mouth shut this far, Jack.
It's a very murky water, but yeah, I'm working on putting something together for 2023. We'll see how it comes out, though. Well, 2023, I may move up. We'll see.
Pro 6?
No. No, I've seen the way Scott drives. I'm good. I'll move on.
I thought that's where I was going with that whole story right there.
No, I won't be able to keep up with him with this cheated up motor.
Oh well.
Talking to town, right? No, it might be a Pro 6. I don't know. There's options. We'll just leave it at that. It's gonna see what best fits the finances. What makes the most sense. What opportunities?
The
are
Pro
there.
6 probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Honestly, it would be.
As long as you got Scott in the field, that's not going to.
It's going to be exciting.
Well, I'm guaranteed not to finish last. So maybe that's a good one.
Oh, but well, yeah. Well, I guess they say they're gonna have more cars this year, so a top 5 every week is not gonna be, in the cards.
We'll still be in the top 5.
He said, "Didn't you finish 6th out of a field of 5?"
Well, if you listen to Jack, yeah, it was probably 3.
Yeah. Well, here he started the part.
Well, I didn't have an oversized motor in my truck either. You fired that shot. I just want you to know you fired the shot.
You started it. Yeah. I enjoy it. So all the picking and the nagging and stuff like that, it's all fun.
That's part of the fun. I mean,
so at least that way there, you're doing something right because everybody's picking. So,
yeah, for sure. Or if they do accuse you of cheating, then you're at least doing something right. You're running well.
Yeah. Old adage is they accuse you of cheating because they're cheating and can't catch you. So,
Right. Yeah. Actually, I think I was down at the tech shed and Ellis was telling me one day, he's like, he had a guy in the Canon series. Is like, I know he's cheating because I'm cheating and I can't catch him. I was like, did they really say that? He's like, yeah. I said, did you find out what he was cheating on? He's like, no, don't worry about it. He wasn't fast enough. Yeah, he sure did. He's like, I know he's cheating because I'm cheating and I can't catch him.
So is it, it's going to be hard to, your sponsorship this year going to stay with you through the year while you off and on racing that you're going to?
My sponsors are great. They're not even sponsors; they're family. They've gone beyond that. Like Mark's there. They're not going anywhere. I mean, towards the end of the season there last year, we ended up having Fred Wilson's auctions come on board. And he's great to work with. The excitement and the motivation he brings to the team is unmatched. He makes me motivated. We still got Waltrip on there. He's a friend, so he's not going to go anywhere.
He might get drunk somewhere, but he ain't going nowhere.
Hey, as long as he brings me a beer, I'm good with it. So, so we got.
That couldn't have been the reason why you were hitting everything out there, was it?
I wish that was the reason. I just couldn't get out of my own way last year. But, we got a new sponsor that came on board. That was, just a matter of talking with the owner and, my good buddy Derrick. Green Tech Energy is going to be on the hood of the truck this year and for years to come.
That's cool.
We put together a pretty decent sponsorship with them.
And what do they do?
They're a solar panel company. They're the best in the business that I found. And trust me, I put a lot of research into solar energy and stuff like that because it's something I've been wanting to do on my house and everything because I got a roof that's constantly in the sun. I figure why not? But they're a big solar company. If you guys have any issue or any questions about them, you feel free to PM me on Facebook and I'll get in touch with the right people. But they got the fairest prices out of everybody that I've talked to. And it's a free quote. So if you guys are interested in solar energy, just hit me up. I'll get you in touch with them and they'll come do a free quote for you. No charge. So.
Yeah, I mean that's the future. That's the way the world's going.
Right now it's an option, and there's benefits with your tax breaks and stuff like that. So there's huge benefits. The home values are skyrocketing. Mine went up $30,000 just off of it.
Southampton County is really big into the solar power and the wind power. They got they got some windmills and plus they have a whole lot of solar panels out there, and it's becoming the thing. I mean, that's a big thing in Southampton County.
Well, are you doing just the solar panels, or are you doing the batteries too?
Solar panels, batteries, everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all part of the deal. So they took good care of me, and then just struck up some conversation, and things turned to benefit the racing side of the house too. So
hey,
I mean,
that's a beautiful thing.
Yep, and here in 5 years, it's not going to be an option. It'll probably be more mandatory than it is an option. So. Might as well get it out of the way now while there's a benefit to it.
When are you going to get a Tesla?
Never. I like my gas truck. I just don't like an energy bill.
Yeah.
It's got a big motor in it too, right?
You're right. Actually, that's where the small motor is. You try to step on the gas and it says nope.
I had a truck, and when I bought it from my father-in-law. He was selling them. And they brought the truck in, they parked it inside the shop, and he comes out there and he says, "There's the truck." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "It's got the big Ram motor in it and everything. That's exactly what you wanted." I said, yeah. He said, that'll pass anything on the road but a gas station.
It will too.
Yeah, that's the truth.
The Hemi.
That's the truth. But yeah, we'll see how this year goes.
Well, I mean, I hope everything goes good for you. You'll be able to get out here and race, a little bit every now and then.
Yeah, maybe 2-3 races.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got to be fun to bring your family. I mean, see your wife and your son out here, to race and then take them to victory lane. It's got to be a pretty special deal.
Yeah, the smile on their face every time I get out of the truck, and it hits me hard. Like just to see the pride in their face, and it's special.
And then you put on top of that, your dad been here some, and had that whole, all 3 generations there.
My dad's the main reason why we were able to win the championship in 2019 because he put so much work into it.
So that's why you didn't run that good this last year.
Yeah, I missed my dad. So, but we found a setup. We worked hard. We made a lot of changes to the truck and stuff like that, suspension wise, and we ended up hitting on something. We came out here probably 2-3 times a week to rent the track, and we ended up hitting on something. And I pulled my head out my rear and finally found a good line on the track thanks to Ryan Richardson. He was a big help in me improving my driving line. It all just came together, and after that we were fast and couldn't be touched. Same truck I started out with back in 2015. So
you had somebody to teach you the line out there. So now maybe one of those nights you come out here, you can show Scott the line around the racetrack.
No, he probably wouldn't do no good. Somebody's got to stay in my ear about every 3 laps. Like, hey, you get a little lower.
I'll show him the line.
I've seen him. He has a wild line. I mean, it's kind of like this in the back straight sometimes.
Well,
now, do you have when you're racing? Do you have a problem with your pedals in your truck? I mean,
I don't know. The gas pedal stays on the floor most of the time. So.
I mean, but when you're doing stuff, you don't hit the wrong pedals sometimes, do you?
On the restarts.
No, I've never hit the brake on the restart or the clutch. So it's always gas. So.
Are y'all's automatic?
No.
Oh.
5-speed or 4-speed.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I run 3rd gear.
You don't shift it in between?
Yep. I go from 2nd to 3rd on the restart.
Yeah.
Can't talk too much about that though.
No, don't.
Some of us are better than others.
So, yeah.
Some of us get the outside pole in the Pro 6 race.
Yeah.
And when they drop the green flag, he hits the brake pedal.
Well, I mean, I got the lead to the flag stand, and then I let him have him there going in the corner.
So I don't know if you've ever been to Motor World, but they wear them shirts that say gas on right, brake on left. Maybe we need to get that for his dashboard.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, don't give me ideas.
Oh, there you go.
There'll be one of those in the mail next week.
I'll install it myself. No, I've been very fortunate. Haven't missed a shift. I've come close because the guy behind me got into me and that almost knocked the shifter out of my hand, but I still got it in gear.
Eddie Clark said, at least show me where the clutch is.
It's in the trunk. But, fortunately, I've been pretty good on the restarts. So it's my only chance to keep up with some of these guys. So make up some ground. There's been some races where I've needed those yellow flags to cool the right front back. I've been overdriving.
Do you have a rival out there that you just?
Nope, I love everybody.
Okay, that was a lie. That was a lie. I can see your face when you said that.
I don't have a rival. I won't call him a rival, but there are some guys I like to beat more than others. It's a little more pride when you actually get to beat them. Louis is one of them. I know you're watching out there, Louis. No, me and Louis are good friends. He's a good guy, but last year beating him was my ultimate goal. I did not succeed.
Yeah, well, he was pretty fast. He has a.
It doesn't help. He runs the same exact line. He has a similar setup, so we're running the exact same lap times. He's a damn good driver.
So he's got a big motor in his car.
No, they tore him down. He's completely legal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice try, Jack.
There's going to be a couple of extra trucks going to be out there this year.
Yeah.
We've added to the field. Last year, I think we started with 16 or 17 trucks, and there's at least 3 more, I believe. So
I know Gary Osborne's coming with a new truck this year.
Mhm.
Or not a new one for here. I don't know who else, but there's supposed to be 1 or 2 more coming.
yeah, there's gonna be a few more military members out there too.
Is there?
Yeah, unfortunately, Donald Brown is currently deployed in the 05. So, Don, if you have a chance to watch, thank you for everything you're doing out there. Thanks for keeping us safe, buddy. So he won't be able to make it this year. Louis and myself will be out to sea here and there. So
you could get back to work and you show everybody about winning races and doing all this other stuff. Gets everybody wanting to get involved in it too.
Yeah, I have a lot of guys at work that constantly are asking questions about trucks and stuff and getting out here and running, but none of them have actually been able to get out here yet. But none of these other military guys running with me because of me. So that's just, we all share the same passion, the same love for motorsports. Just so happen to be in the same division together. But it has nothing to do with me.
Well, I mean, you get one guy out there that's involved in everything, kind of makes everybody want to
Pull for them.
go out there. They go to the track, pull for them, and then they say, well, let's try it. I mean, if anybody can get in a race car just like Scott, anybody.
I mean, anybody could do it. Dude.
Yeah. So, well, if I can drive it fast, then anybody can be fast. That's for sure. So.
Well, this time, when you do have like somebody like Gary Osborne's out there racing, right? So, when you're coming up on Gary, just make sure he's awake.
He'll be the oldest guy in the field.
And he's the oldest winner in the champ carts.
Yeah.
So he'll be coming out there with.
Old.
Huh?
Ain't that old.
Yeah, he is. He's old enough, I can promise you.
He's pretty doggone old. He is. Did he outrun you any this year?
Maybe once. But I finished right on the bumper.
That was his teammate last year.
Oh, you were his teammate?
Yeah.
How many times you have to wake him up to go race? You know how the senior citizens are. Sometimes they don't get out of bed early. In the afternoons, they got to take a nap.
You speaking
But
from
every time we got
experience?
to the track, we were ready for him.
It's an honest question.
Rick, last couple of weeks, we've had some people on here that really think it's nice to fire on me.
I've fired shots both ways, and you've taken your fair shot.
I was mentioning what I heard.
Well, the rumor was before.
Yeah,
Is that what
to
you
our
do before you take
conversation.
your nap, get on Facebook and read up on the news? Fall asleep to your
all right,
Facebook.
well, we about done with Rick. Rick, you want to thank your sponsors and anybody else with the race car? Because you're about done here.
Oh, shit. Oops. No, seriously though, I could not do anything with my racing without the help of my sponsors and everything they do commit to the program that we run. The tire help, the fuel help, the pit entry help. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, all of it helps, It's an expensive sport.
It's an expensive sport, and we're a single family income, so we're a single income family. I've got 2 kids at home, so that is the primary reason why I'm on this track. Is Mark's Trailer Repair, Fred Wilson, and his auction company. Now Green Tech Energy. Waltrip's come through and helped me out a lot. I've had various different family members come through for me, so. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do anything out here. So, and of course, my dad, he's huge. He got that truck set up on a rail, and I haven't had to do much setup wise.
So maybe when you come back in 23, he'll be here with you.
Hopefully, his health is a little rough, but hopefully he'll be able to be up here. That's what I'm hoping for. But Ken for Teeter, he's filled in for my dad, and
Where'd you find him?
He's been a long time friend. So I guess you could say I found him, if you will, in my very first race. And I think I shared this the first time I was on the show. I pulled in, parked back by the bus back there in the outside pits. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. Never raced, I've only been to the track here once or twice before. Didn't bring duct tape, didn't have anything I needed, didn't know where I was going. And Jacob Carr and his entire crew pulled up beside me and unloaded. And we got to talking and stuff. I met Ken, I met Rich Burgess, I met Ashley, Jacob, all them. And we just hit it off and built a great friendship out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just as time progressed and stuff with him helping Wheeler and everything like that, he's volunteered to help me. And then last year, him knowing my need for help, he jumped on board voluntarily. And I couldn't be more thankful for that, because I can go out there and set up my tires and stuff like that, but I'm probably going to take out the wall on that too. So I am not a setup guy. I'm a driver. I'll go out and I'll change a part. I'll do what you tell me to do. But when it comes to setting tires and stagger and stuff like that, I didn't even know what it meant when I started in 2015. Like now I have an idea, but I still probably couldn't set my tires up. So without people like Ken and my dad that devote so much time to the sport, and I mean, I'm not the only one that he helps. I mean, he helps Wheeler, he helps Bill Aker. He's all over the place. So he's a big help to many people, and he definitely deserves that credit. So.
All right, let's pull Jefferson Hodges in here, the I guess technical director at Penske Racing, Penske South, or whatever they call it.
He's the big wig.
Team Penske. That's it. Team Penske. That's it. I knew I was going to get it eventually.
Say it right.
Yeah.
What's up, Jefferson? How you doing, man?
Hey, good. How about yourself?
Good.
Hey, how's this season starting out for you? The Daytona was a little rough there.
Yeah, it's been all right. We've led every white flag lap of every race this year, so you can't complain too much about that.
Now, I'm not going into what all was discussed after that race at Daytona, but I know that had to be a bad situation there for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was scary more than anything, right? You got two of the best drivers in the series and one up and coming star, and I think all total together they were over 125 G's worth of impact on the data recorders. And
wow,
I mean, more than anything, that's your whole company in one big fireball over there in turn 3. So that was really the first concern, and after that, then it's nothing but hurt feelings.
When you guys go to Daytona, did you just put in your budget that car is going to be destroyed, that it's done? It's a one race car.
I mean, I think the competition side does. The finance side probably like to see us bring them home, but they're pretty much one race wonders for sure.
And Austin Cindric, man, I'm gonna tell you what, he did great in the Xfinity race down at Daytona too.
He did good in that one, and he I mean, to be honest, he did other than a speeding penalty in the duels there on Thursday night, he had a really good Daytona 500 for his Cup debut as well. I mean, he had a solid top 10 brewing there before he got wrecked.
Now, in your job that you've got there at Penske, Team Penske, how much time do you spend going around from driver to driver during the course of the race to see what's going on? Or do you have one stationary spot where you go and just kind of listen to everybody?
No, I'm a wanderer. I have, my radios. I can hear all the drivers, all the different teams, and at any given time. So, I wander between pit boxes, or, sometimes like at the road course, I did a little spotting out there in the infield part of the track for Brad. And, if it's a track like Homestead where you can get down in the corner and actually get to see the cars up close, and I usually end up, wandering somewhere down there. The Xfinity races, I'm a little bit more stationary. The rosters are so limited that I play a pretty big role in the Xfinity races from the pit box. So I've kind of had to stop wandering away from that there. But in the Cup races, I cruise around.
How hard has it been, Jefferson, with all the COVID stuff and everything that's been going on? I mean, NASCAR did get the whole season in last year, which was a good thing. But how tough was it on you guys? I know I talked to you one time last year, and you couldn't even, you couldn't talk because you had shift work going on, and you couldn't do a whole lot there. But I mean, how tough was it?
It's pretty tough. I mean, we're still doing the shift work. I haven't been to the shop in the AM hours since last March. It's pretty eerie feeling to fly to Atlanta, and we never left the tarmac, and we all stood out there wondering what was going on, and all of a sudden they told us they were canceling the race, and we had to go home, and it was kind of just downhill from there for a couple months. And finally got our footing back underneath us and figured out what was going on. And, it's still there and it's still real. And, there's a lot of protocols in place. And, like with news of what happened to Chip Ganassi this past weekend, they're definitely not taking it lightly. And,
right.
And, wearing those masks for 12-hour days in the Florida humidity is not any fun. I don't wish it on anybody. But, at the end of the day, the whole time we were stuck at home, all of us team managers, anytime we got a chance, whatever we had to do to race was all we said we'd do. And so now they're making us eat our words.
So what kind of things has NASCAR and Team Penske learned that you could sort of trim the fat or whatever to bring costs down? So I'm sure there's some things that you've learned. I mean, the no practice and some of the qualifying kind of stuff. But I mean, I know we want to have some of that back, but I think we probably have learned that you don't need as much as we were getting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's to say no practice, no qualifying across the board it's a huge budget saver. And I get the fans aspect. And honestly, we're learning the sponsors aspect. They're losing a lot of coverage. And so at that point, you don't want to cut off your nose to spite your face. And you better be saving a bunch of money because they're going to look to save a bunch of money when it's time for them to renew. But, it's just logistics. Our trucks don't leave until Thursday night, Friday morning now. So, the quality of life for the guys that travel all the time, especially the truck drivers, is better. And I think it puts a little bit more pep in your step when you get to the end of the season. People aren't counting down races. It always used to be, Texas, Phoenix, Homestead, 3 to go. They were best words in racing, right? But you didn't hear any of that last year. Everyone was still wanting to go to the racetrack and wanted another race after Phoenix. And it's definitely helped that part. But, other like the roster, we realized through COVID protocol and the governments in each individual city and state that were causing us to limit our numbers that were inside our bubble. We realized that we were taking way too many people to the racetrack and that there was a better way to do it. And sure, the downside of it is there was some unfortunate people that lost their jobs over the winter or had to change jobs. But, at the end of the day, there's less planes in the air, there's less rental cars, there's less hotel rooms, and it just all starts adding up. But I think it's been a good lesson. I think we've hit a pretty happy medium. We need to practice and qualify 8 to 10 times a year. It needs to rotate, whether it's new tracks or, maybe one we just haven't done it in a while, or one that's important like Phoenix or one that's easy like Charlotte for the World 600. But there's definitely an aspect to that you have to maintain. But, doing it week in and week out, and then a lot of these tracks we went to twice, and it was just kind of getting redundant.
Sure.
Now this year with the several new tracks coming on, or a few new tracks coming on, that's got to be something different for you guys to have to deal with, and especially the dirt at Bristol. That's going to be unusual.
Yeah, I'm Langley was already paved before I was born, so I'm not much of a dirt guy. So it'll be interesting. Penske, we pride ourselves in our image and all our stainless steel and chrome, and everything's polished and perfect. And I don't think we're going to do real good in this dirty atmosphere. So hopefully the cars run good, because it's definitely going to mess up the rest of our look. But yeah, I mean, some of them are exciting, to get to go back to Nashville. That's awesome. And I've been very fortunate to get to run, the Xfinity races at Road America the last couple of years. And it's a great atmosphere. It's a beautiful part of the country. The racetrack is awesome. So for the Cup guys to get to go run there, I think that'll be the one you got to mark on your calendar. It's going to be a great show. And the road course at Indy, the oval is special, but it's not necessarily special to us, stock car racers. So I think, moving it to the road course, the Xfinity race was exciting there. And, I think that'll add a little something different and maybe make that race a little bit, worth tuning into better. It needs something. It's not that exciting anymore for some reason.
Are y'all going to build a car just for Bristol to dirt? I mean, I don't know if the dirt stuff is going to be that much different than your normal
No, we won't build a special car. We'll just adapt the car that we do have. You know what I mean? It'll obviously, you'll try to lighten it up. You won't want as much body bracing in it, things like that. Getting the radius, the steering radius, the degrees that you can turn the tires is going to be, huge. Like they're going to have to turn to the right way more than what anything we have now is. So, we'll take all that into account. But no, I don't think we'll build a new car or a special car. I'd say the likelihood of a company like ours, I'd say we'd all vote to build special cars to go run the road course at Indy so we can keep that trophy in RP's trophy case and not have to give it to somebody else.
Just be sure you take the splitter off the front, because I got a feeling that's going to dig in.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to last very long.
When you guys, and I'm going to go back to the COVID thing. I was going to ask this question earlier, but when you guys travel, how do you keep your guys centralized away from everybody, or what? How do you all deal with that?
Yep. So we've gone to, with the limited roster, it allowed us to go to limited seating on the plane. So we have nobody sits beside each other. We have one person per row. We've gone to only 2 people per rental car across the board. So, and then key people like crew chiefs, drivers, myself, our competition director, we don't share a rental car with anybody to try to keep us protected. We've stopped sharing hotel rooms. Everybody gets their own. And we've provided, new this year, we've provided meals that are prepackaged, kind of like I don't know what a good example would be, but like one of the mail order type, sends you the frozen healthy TV dinner type meals. So we've provided those across the board, and we have our own little freezer cart we bring to the racetrack. So the guys, when they leave the track, we don't force them, but we highly encourage them to go ahead and take a couple for dinner and stay in their hotel room when they leave the track. And if they just feel like they have to have something else, then it's, to go only and eat in your room, and, you don't go intermingle with other crew guys or team members. And you certainly don't cross from one rental car to another. So it's definitely different. It makes for a little bit longer, being down in Daytona for 6 days is a lot of eating alone and time to get your thoughts straight when you're in your hotel room alone. But at the end of the day, we're there to race, and Mr. Penske's paying us very dearly to put everything we've got into winning these races. So I think, you've seen it in our performance since we came back after COVID. With all these, restrictions, there's hidden treasures, and that our performance has gone through the roof. And it's just because everyone is, like I said before, happy to be there. But at the same time, we're all concentrating on what we can do to be better all the time, instead of when we're just at the racetrack.
Well, I mean, it's completely different than what it used to be. I know that with these guys traveling and doing what they do. I mean, you hear all the stories about going here and going there. That's done now. You don't do that anymore right now. So, that gives them more time to sit around and get themselves together for the race. I bet you don't have a whole lot of problem with people being late to get ready up in the mornings to go to the racetrack.
No, that's right. Yep. Everybody's got a little bit more pep in their step for sure. And their per diem seems to last longer now too.
Well, Jefferson, we appreciate you spending some time with us. I know you got a lot going on, but thanks a lot for talking to us. We'll get you back again sometime and talk to you again and talk about how things are going this year.
Yeah, hopefully. I talked to Vaughn the other day, and they changed the date of the Hampton Heat, and I think it's an off week for us. So I'm looking forward to being able to come home and come to the racetrack and see everybody. So hopefully it works out.
Good.
Yeah,
well,
cool.
be glad to see you up here, man.
Yep, absolutely. You guys too. Appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
buddy.
We'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Can you imagine these guys going on the road and they can't go?
No, I didn't even
anywhere?
think about that. I mean,
You can't go anywhere. I was talking to Lee not too long ago. He all the things he did.
mhm.
He goes, that was when they left the racetrack. I mean, they went everywhere.
Right.
it
I
was-
mean, they were on their own time to hang out and
They
carry
do what
on.
they, I mean, now you don't go, you stay.
Mhm.
and you stay there, and now they have rooms by themselves, and that's even more isolation.
Right, because used to they had a buddy,
Yeah,
a travel
so
buddy.
that's
They
even
were
more
for a year.
isolation for them. So that's tough. I mean, I know one guy that would not make it through this, and I ain't calling no names.
Sounds a lot like a naval detachment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, you guys, we always look forward to having a room to ourselves.
Mm.
You know, we work together. We don't want to live together. So, but now they're doing the same thing with us in the Navy. Like we used to be able to, you know, like for instance, we'll take the Fallon Nevada. We'd go there, and once you got out of work, everybody go drink together. Everybody go eat together. They go run off and do whatever the hell they wanted. Now it's no, stay in your room.
All right, let's get Trace over here.
It's gonna be boring as hell.
Let's get Trace on over here and grill him a little bit.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, man.
Man,
Appreciate
thank
you
you,
being
man.
here. I like the shirt.
Appreciate it.
With the truck with the big engine on it and everything.
All right. I'm gonna send you a big one.
All right, we got Trace Wyatt here. I've heard all the great stories about Trace Wyatt.
They're all lies. Lies. No.
I'm hearing the stories he's going to be the next big thing out here at Langley Speedway.
Might be, might not. I mean, we'll just see what the future holds for me.
So you're doing champ karts and go-karts, doing the go-kart stuff too.
Yep.
Thanks, Rick.
And I know that's pretty interesting for you to be able to do those things. You said it was the fastest thing you've ever drove, so
65 in a 3-kart draft.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty. What was it like the first time you did a lap in the champs?
Well, by myself, it seemed kind of slow, but when you get in the draft, it's just
And how unstable the cart
Oh,
is,
yeah.
it's just moving around.
who did you draft with a lot out there? Just your teammates, or did you?
well, beginning of the year was mostly with Gary, and by the end of the year, it was by then Gary was qualifying like 10th, I think, and I was running up front with the Leashes, Jeremiah Stramberg, and of course the last race I ran with Chris Beckwell.
That's cool. Now, you know you got a living legend out there racing with you guys out in the champ karts, right?
1 or 2 maybe.
No, I'm thinking of one. Danny Millard. If you need to ride behind him a little bit or ride with him,
You can't see anything in front of you, but you can ride behind.
you need to go out there with Danny Millard because he is a legend here at Langley Speedway. Did you see the slingshot move he pulled on Leach out there one night? He just slingshot right on by him, just like Leach wanted him to go by him. You know, that's the way it looked. That's how bad it looked.
Almost like he meant to do that.
Was it the last night of the year?
No, it was the year before last, I think is what it really was. But he,
I might have or might have not have seen it. I'm not sure.
So how did you get started in racing? What got you started?
Originally, I did kid karts back in like 09 or 010, and I was a bit scared as a little kid because I was like 6 or 8, something like that. And I stayed out of it until 2017, where I ran like 2 races on a flat cart on Sundays here. And then after that, I did a full season at Langley and was running really well. I think out of 12 races, I won 7 my first year in karts. And then the year after that, I did a full year at Dixieland. I think I won 5 races on dirt, my first season on dirt, and finished second in a points championship. And then this year, of course, it started in the champs. What was it, 7 or 8 races, maybe? Finished almost top 10, top 5 in points, finished 6 in points, and I got a rookie of the year. So this is my 3rd year going on, or 4th.
So you're ready to go out there and do them champ karts again. One of the reasons you probably enjoyed coming to the champ karts last year was Scott Allen was no longer racing, right? Was that in your thought process when you were processing?
No, I haven't seen him run.
You don't really know.
A whole lot of people hadn't either, but I mean,
I just, it was something new. I like trying.
Did your dad want you to do this? Because we know your dad is
a little bit, but at the same time, I asked him one day, I was like, can we try out racing champs? And of course, he'd be okay with it since he's been in it for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's been in it since early 90s, early 2000s, maybe, in the wing champs. Heck, he was racing when they didn't even have wings back then on the champs.
It was supposedly a lot faster than
80 miles an hour or something like that.
I haven't heard any figures, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Danny Millard said, "You're going to be tough to handle this year."
And he said, "Stop hating."
Now you got some news this year. You're going to have somebody riding racing out there with you, huh?
Yeah. Luckily this year, at the beginning of the year, it seemed like I didn't have any teammates because Gary was getting out of it. Autumn was going to be racing the Grand Stock this year, and now fortunately my dad's going to be my teammate for this year, and I'm actually glad that I have him as my teammate, knowing how many years he's been in this division.
So who's pushing?
It's whoever qualifies better. Whoever.
Now,
Who's on the front?
Now, would you ever just leave him out to hang if you had to, just leave him out there?
No, but on the last lap we're going to be racing.
I was gonna say, would you rough him up to get on for the last?
I mean, he's old. I mean, he's a bit older than me, but I'm not going.
You don't want to hurt him, right?
No.
Look, he can't defend himself right now. You can talk all the trash you want.
I mean, I saw he was watching it earlier. I don't know if he is now.
I mean, you can just go up and bump him and get him out of the way. I mean,
It's bump drafting. Might scare him a little bit.
Well, it's got to be fun though to know that you're going to have your dad with you out there this year,
Oh, yeah.
ready to go, and everything's going to be fun for you to do that. So, do you all own your own carts, or do you?
He owns my champ. My crew chief, John Weaver, is letting him run Autumn Camp this year. The 48 that ran up here. That ran 2 races, I think.
Mm.
And now we've been building it for the past 2 or 3 weeks. It was just today I got the nose and body from Chris Bechtel.
Wow. Ready
So
to
does Dad make you work on the cart?
Some weekends when we have time. I mean, tonight he went to work on it. I don't even know if we still have the parts for it, but because last time we went there, we didn't have all the parts, but we have about all the parts ready.
He said, "Oh yeah, I'm watching."
So do you get involved with the chassis side of it and setup?
Oh no.
No. Or you just say whatever he does?
I just hold the wheel.
Okay.
Wow. Now, the Wyatt name around here is pretty big. So you got a lot to live up to. Are you excited about the possibility of maybe someday moving up and living up into these?
I would.
I like to see you go out there and race Casey now.
I would be, but I don't know if anything's guaranteed in the future. I mean, I see myself, if I don't move up, I see myself staying in carts because they're expensive but cheap at the same time.
Yeah, and you could put it in the back of your truck if you wanted to and come race.
My first year in carts, we raced out of a back of Suburban.
I mean, you certainly can.
Now you said you were going to run. You were going to go down and run the carts, maybe somewhere else this year to.
Maybe somewhere. That's not a. That might be 1 or 2 races.
Have you run the dirt before? I mean.
Oh yeah.
Where all have you raced on the dirt at?
I've raced at Capital City in Ashland. I've raced at Williamston in North Carolina. That was the indoor nationals last year. And Albemarle and I think one other track. I can't remember.
You've never been to Brunswick?
No.
I think you ought to go out to Brunswick one time. I think it'd be fun for you. You go out there and rough up Hermie Sadler and them guys. Since I hear they've got carts going to be racing some this year. You can go out there and have some fun with them. So do you have any sponsors and everybody that sponsors your racing? Except Dad? I mean, I know.
I have Wayne Wyatt, of course, Solano Electric, and we might have a few more coming on board this season. But those are really the only two that I know of, mainly because one is my boss and the other is my grandfather.
Hey, you got to take what you can get.
Yeah.
So it's an open checkbook with your grandfather. I mean, he can pretty much, you're good to go anywhere.
Oh yeah, he bought the motor for my champ car, which is pretty.
He's trying to stir something up.
I know. He's not biting on.
I know. He's like, oh yeah. Open checkbook.
He's not really going on that like I was hoping he would. So do you get all the support from all the Wyatts when you go racing? Do they all come out here? I mean, last year they had Casey racing, Aaliyah was racing, you were racing, and now Leah's not racing anymore. So I hear.
Yeah, but just about half the family, I mean, whenever they get a chance.
So it's like a holiday when y'all race. Everybody that shows up at the racetrack. I know Chrissy and them do.
Oh yeah. I've seen Casey out here a few times. My grandfather tries to come whenever he's not busy. Of course, Jody, my dad's fiance, will come. But because of COVID, her family couldn't come this year. But just about my whole family.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it's good to have family support. And do you go around and ask Casey and them for any pointers on what to do or anything? If
I need it. Casey did give me some good advice the last race, but I messed that opportunity up.
What did he tell you to do?
It worked, but it was where you'd have to watch the replay. But when I was on Chris Becknell for about 20 laps, it was like the last few laps where I dropped back, and then I start sucking up to him on the draft, go high in the turn, and then if I get the opportunity, I shoot up underneath inside of him because of all that momentum I just got from the draft and going down, just going high and then coming off low.
Now I can set it up where you can get some lessons from Danny Millard. I mean, I'm sure I can get in touch with Danny. He'd be more than glad to teach you how to really do a slingshot because he's good at it. I mean, he was the first ever Jack Dawson's Racing Insider News driver of the week. I mean, that's.
I think that was a bit of a surprise to all of us, really.
No, it wasn't even a thing. It just come out of Jack's mouth. So
and now look where we are. We done got past all that now. So now you got to go out and win a couple races so we can get you on as a driver of the week.
I hope.
Jody says we will pass. I don't know exactly what he's saying.
I think he's saying he'll pass on the lessons.
Yeah, Daddy says he'll give you lessons. He said he will, and then Jody says, "Yeah, we'll pass."
I don't think that's very nice because Danny Millard, being the champion that he is,
champion of.
I mean, he's won races out here, and he knows how to drive them.
He's won race out here. Yeah.
But look how he did it.
Yeah. He did pass Leach for it, right? Danny said, thanks, Jody. I can't say Danny's my buddy. We had more fun racing than we did racing. We were laughing at each other.
So I can just see you out there now. Do you tell them that you're ready to line up and go, or you have to follow the leads everybody's giving you?
I mean, out in the champs, it's just bottom line. Just hold the bottom line about 20 laps and just whoever has the faster cars wins. Because you don't see much passing on the outside out there.
So you need to, in other words, what you're saying is you need to work on some qualifying so you can get up front, start off up front.
I mean, the last few races I didn't do back qualifying, and the whole season we were experimenting in qualifying. The last race we had a really good qualifying. So
You don't tell us what you did.
I think that's one thing. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna
I
tell
was
you.
wondering if you were gonna come out with it or not.
He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna tell you.
I was like, yeah, we put some really big tires on the rear. So somebody down the wrong way.
Went out there and soaked them and everything. But you know, but Danny Millar would be a good help to you. I think you really, you learn a lot, and be grateful that Scott's not racing. Because if you were running with Scott, he would definitely leave you out. He's done it to his teammates before.
Sadly but true. Sadly but true.
So, with your dad coming out there to race this year, I mean, that's gotta be one of them things where you got it in your mind that, hey, I might have to dump him to get a win.
I mean, I don't.
You got come on now, you got to stand up. You the big boy now. Go on, tell him you gonna take
He's going
that
for
win.
a ride.
Huh?
He's gonna go for a ride.
I think after the few times that he's backed into a wall or hit a concrete wall, I don't think I should put him on the wall over a win.
Wow. Okay. I ain't gonna say nothing else then. You don't want to.
But it will be fun for you two guys, the father and son, to be racing together.
Oh yeah.
And teaming up together
Well, I can't wait to the first race.
and see who outruns who.
Yeah, because I guarantee you did and dump you dump right on by you in a minute.
That would be funny.
Well, he never qualified good though. That's what he always tells me.
Well, that's what he wants to tell you. He wants to tell you that. He wants you to think that's. I can't qualify very good.
Yeah. Oh, must have got lucky tonight. I guess you following me.
How bad is it gonna feel when he goes by you the first time and he just?
Just gotta learn. That's all I gotta do.
It happened to me when I hung left my teammate out. 2 laps later, a couple of them went by me on the outside, and he was in the pack. I'm like, damn it. But we'd always end up like 5 to go, close to one another, and team back up.
Well, shoot, we can't have no fun. He won't get riled up like I was hoping he would.
Know, right?
I wanted him to come over here and just
We should have got Danny first because he'd have talked trash, and then when it got his reaction.
Well, I mean, Danny Millar, you may have a hard time with him this year, so just want you to know that. And that Leach Mafia.
It is like a mafia.
I have to say the Mafia. You had ink pens with that on at one time.
It was the Million Lap Mafia or something.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
No.
So anyway. Well, Trace, appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for coming. I can't get nobody to fire you up. I can't get you started talking trash about your daddy or anybody. Anybody out there you want to talk trash about? Look, how about Walter? I know you can talk trash about him. You can't talk trash about Walter. Everybody talks trash about Walter.
Nah, they ain't even done me wrong. I talk trash about him.
I do. I talk trash about him.
I've had some good races with Hunter Walter.
Danny Moore said he can't catch you.
That ain't my fault.
Oh, I knew that was coming right there. That last comment, I knew that
He's
was
a
coming.
good boy.
So you're a good boy. There ain't a whole lot of spots out there for good boys in racing.
Are you done with school? You still in school?
No, it's my final year.
No.
My senior year, yeah.
What you gonna do after school?
Right now, it looks like
Working for a living?
yeah, the either the shipyard or the military.
Either one of them's a good option. So you figure out working outside like your dad's not a good. No. I did that I can remember my first job was a brick laborer during the summer, and I found out real quick that it was not what I wanted to do for a living.
Well, it looks like we're getting dumped again this week. So,
Jody said, "Good boy is gone."
you don't like being called a good boy like that, do you?
I've never been called that.
Oh, Dave's gonna be on the Leach Mafia. He's gonna add the Beluso boy to the family, to the mix. He bought Gary's car. He's going to be racing champs this year. Danny said you're a nerd. Dad said you're a nerd.
Oh, I am. I'm not going to deny that.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, well.
He just doesn't talk trash. Yeah, I guess we ain't going to get him to talk, can he?
I tell you what, Chrissy, by the time I get him on the show 3 or 4 times, he's going to be talking trash. If not, I'm going to go down the infield and start something.
Like, you know what Trace was saying about you?
I'm going to go down there and tell Becker, Trace Wyatt, man, he said you can't drive a lick. He said you need to get out of his way.
Holding him up.
So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to. I think you ought to get just the Wyatts out there racing in the champ cars one night.
Oh, Lord. They'd be fighting. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Put Casey in one and Wayne in one, your dad in one, you in one, you know. Put all y'all out there
You've
racing.
seen Days of Thunder, right? You know, the rental cars. That's what it would be like.
Did you see the thing with Boyer? And,
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was cool. Anyway, yeah, see, even Chrissy said, yep, I guess she wants to drive too.
If she's up for it.
I think she'll beat all y'all. I think she'll beat you. So that would be a terrible thing. All right. Well, appreciate you being here tonight, Trace.
Yeah,
No problem.
We're
Good
gonna
luck
start.
this
We're gonna
year.
start. We're gonna start some more trouble next time you come by.
Don't worry. We're going next couple of weeks. We're gonna have your dad on, and he'll talk trash. I know he will. I don't know if it's gonna be on you or not, but he'll talk trash about somebody.
Probably me.
Chrissy said y'all wreck her if she was racing.
My dad would.
I ain't gonna say
So
nothing.
Chrissy would be team manager.
I ain't gonna say nothing else. I ain't gonna say nothing else about that. Anyway, well, we appreciate everybody being with us. Evidently, we got dumped by Derrick Lancaster one more time. I don't mean to be talking trash, but I'm not biting no more.
So who we got next week?
So far next week, we've got Colby Vance. So far next week, got a couple others in the
He'll
works.
talk trash.
But I'm gonna try to get a couple more of these champ kart drivers on here. We're gonna start talking about Trace, and then we're gonna
We'll
build
get it
this up.
going.
We're gonna build all this up. And by the time the first race gets
Nobody will want to draft with him.
here, by the time the first race gets here, they're all gonna be going by you going, Because I'll definitely go start something. We've been known to do that. Scott and I've been known to start a little something every now and then. A lot of people have sent me notes lately saying that you need to ease up on Scott because he's looking pitiful.
Oh Lord, Mason said he's gonna bring Colby some beer. Then we'll get him talking trash.
All right, well that's our show for tonight. Oh, by the way, I wanted to make an announcement too that this coming year, and I'm gonna put it out on Facebook and everywhere else. This coming year, we're gonna have Driver of the Week and Driver of the Month. Driver of the Week sponsored by North Carolina 811 and Jack Dodson's Racing. Driver of the Month will be sponsored by GAC and North Carolina 811 and Jack Dodson's Racing. And then this year, a new one's coming on board. This is from Virginia 811. So if you're going to be a rookie in any division this coming year,
You're out.
Hang it.
if you're going to be a rookie
I mean,
in
should
any
Dad
division,
get to be a rookie again? I mean, it's been a long time.
you might as well apply for being a rookie
Rookie.
because you drive like one. Anyway, no, if you're a rookie, let me know. I need everybody that's going to be a rookie this coming year to let me know so that we can keep a close eye on. And we're going to have a rookie of the month, and then at the end of the year we'll have a rookie of the year announcement. And everybody will get framed certificates to bring that along. So hopefully everybody will let me know so I know who is the rookies. I'm going to try to get with the racetracks and find out who the rookies are from the local racetracks. You're not a rookie, huh?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh, well. Dwight Nichols says he's a rookie in U-Car. I don't see that.
Well, you're running Duro, so he'll be a rookie this year.
Okay.
There'll be a lot. I think there's quite a few guys moving up to U-Cars.
So anyway, we're gonna have all that this year. So we'll have plenty of awards every month to give away. So I want to thank NC 811, Virginia 811, and GAC. What's his name?
G. Garamo.
Guillermo Amaya.
Yeah, say that real fast.
Oh my God.
Anyway, all right, guys. We'll talk to you again next week. Have a great week.
Thanks, guys.